Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. My name is Mike Neighbors. Over the next 40 minutes, we're going to have a little bit of fun with some great local Hamilton comedians. And when I said ands, it's because we finally, this is the third time we've had a female on the show. Wow, guys, you are really stretching the boundaries for us here. Good job. This is really exciting. Let us introduce our panel before we get started on this Friday at 420. Way over on my right where he belongs, it's Mr. Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Really good or just okay good? Or
I'm pretty good.
Are you just saying that for the sake of expediency to get rid of me, to get me off your back? Or are you really good?
Somewhere in the middle.
So, okay. All right. You know, when you say to people, hey, good morning. Hey, how you doing? You know, and they, good. You know, and they're just saying that to get rid of you.
Yeah.
They're not really giving you the 411 on what's going on.
Back and forth. The good, how are you? They're like, good, how are you?
Yeah.
Good.
I always like to up the ante, right? Because when people say, hey, how you doing? I go, so incredible. So freaking incredible. Like, ridiculously incredible.
Oh, yeah, it'd be fun to just, honestly just answer the question.
Yeah.
Just go on.
Yeah. I feel like, beep. Speaking of feeling like, beep, hey, Manolis Zontanos is in the house.
I'm feeling incredible. Just
hey, totally?
Yeah.
Super?
I actually have been feeling really good lately, and I don't know why. And, like, normally I feel like the bottom's going to drop when I feel like this, but I don't feel like that. I did something I've never done in my life today.
What's that?
I voted.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
For favorite porn movie of the year or something online? What was that?
Well, I do that every night.
Okay. So you have voted before.
I have voted. I voted for the
election.
For election.
You've never voted.
Never voted in my life.
Really?
Yeah, first time in my life there was like I saw a candidate that I thought was not a liar.
Right.
And I thought, like, you know what? I'm going to vote for that guy.
Okay.
And I found out you can't vote for that guy. You got to vote for that party. Yes. Right.
Yeah. So you liked one of the leaders.
Yeah.
But then you had to vote for their party so that the vote would go to the leader, because we don't vote for a leader.
You shouldn't say who it is if we lose.
What? If I say who it is, you think he'll lose?
Well, it doesn't matter, because this is going to air. For those who don't know, we're pre-recording this on Election Day.
I feel like I am changing the Matrix, though.
In the future, this will air, and by then, you're
then I'll look like an idiot.
That's going to be like, who was that guy you voted for?
What's that?
Listen, it's okay. You can say you voted for Jagmeet Singh.
That's the dude.
I know.
How'd you know I was that guy?
Because you can't believe the number of people who watched this guy and went, you know what? I got to vote for this guy.
Yeah.
He was inspiring.
Yeah, he's the reason I never voted in my life, and he's the reason I'm like, you know what?
There you go.
I'm going to vote.
Well, you know what? That was worth putting out there, even though Jagmeet lost. That's too bad. Let's introduce our guest, shall we? She's been waiting patiently, and yes, I did say she. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Krista McNaughton. How are you, Krista?
I am doing so good.
So good. That's awesome. Really so good?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. And we're really happy to be here, or kind of a little tentative about being here?
No, I'm super happy to be here.
Super pumped?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
Oh, about a year, actually.
About a year? And how's it going?
I would say it's trending up.
I'm trending up. Well, that's good.
Has its ups and downs.
What's the hardest part?
The hardest part is just how every show can be different.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Getting used to the ups and downs, even though the material has killed one night before, a night before, and then tonight it's just not.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard, because you think if the material's solid, then it must be me.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's not always you. Sometimes it's the audience.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, we are really pleased to have you here with us.
She's also OG Levity staff.
That's right.
Oh, she works for
she did.
So now, she did.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was in the
we have to let her go?
me not knowing what I was doing phase.
Oh, okay.
So she quit.
So she quit. You do some acting, but we're going to talk about that later on. We got to get to our game, because we've wasted way too much time, with Manolis voting for the first time and all. So let's get to our game right away. Krista, I'm going to ask you to Plinko first, and we'll give you the first topic on this Friday at 420.
All right.
Get up there and drop the Plinko puck. Let us have a little bit of fun. Here we go. It's back and forth, which is what the Plinko puck does.
6.
Number six. All right, Krista McNaughton, your first topic on this Friday at 420 is... Let me find it in the envelope here. A first impression when you meet somebody. What's the first thing you look for?
The first thing I look for.
So you're just meeting somebody. Are you looking eyes? Are you looking smile? Are you looking at how they're dressed? Are you looking for how they come across? Do they smell? What's the first thing you think you kind of pick up on when you meet somebody for the first time?
I would say the first thing I think of when I meet someone is I judge them on how likely they are to roofie my drink.
Wow. All right. So how'd you get to be friends with Manolis?
Well, I roofied him first.
Oh, excellent. It didn't even affect him, which is the weird part. Totally ineffectual. Is that, so you look to see if they're like a little crazy, like a little...
Yeah, you just have to be safe.
A little off-center?
You know, totally.
Yeah, okay, excellent. Manolis, what's the first thing you look for when you're meeting somebody? What's the first thing that's going to make an impression on you?
Boobs. But just in my defense, girls or guys.
In my defense.
So even if
nice that you defended yourself.
If the dude has hot boobs,
you're there.
Yeah, I'm in.
You're halfway home. And once you've gotten past that,
oh, okay.
we could have guessed boobs.
Okay, I guess I don't know.
Smile, eyes.
Eyes. I go eyes.
Yeah, you like eyes?
I like eyes. Personality goes a long ways, especially if you're after the opposite, or it's the person you're interested in making love with. It's like, because
sometimes you meet people that you're not attempting to make love to.
Well, I don't leave. If that was the fact, I would never leave my house.
That's what's the point.
Yeah, the only reason I only leave my house because of the possibility that maybe someone will have sex with me today. Okay. Possibly. All right. So if there is a memo that for sure that's not gonna happen, if I could have that, then you'll never see me again.
All right, that's it. He goes underground. Looking at the eyes, Patrick Coppolino. First thing that's going to make an impression on you.
What do they want?
What do they want? Immediately, it's like, whoa. Yeah. Why would you talk to me unless you want something?
Yeah. No, but I think to support what Manolis said, I've honestly thought about this before, and I think biologically we're wired to the first impression when you meet someone is would I have sex with them?
Right.
And then that depicts how you treat them. Right? Not in a mean way.
Really honest, no.
But I'll even like with I'm a straight man, so it's with women. But when I meet guys, it's would my wife have sex with them?
Oh yes, absolutely.
And that affects how I treat them.
Yes, because you're thinking immediately, what do they want?
Are you nicer?
Yeah. Okay, you're good looking, but.
It wasn't that long ago that I actually got a chance to meet Patrick's wife, and I would be on the lookout. I'd be protecting that, my friend. All right, let's get up in Plinko. Here we go. Manolis, it's your turn to drop a puck on this Friday at 4:20. Our special guest, Krista McNaughton, originally from Chatham. Then some good senses happened, and she moved to Hamilton. What number do you got there, buddy? Number 4, although you can hear this station in Chatham, so we love you, Chatham. We really do. Number 4, topic number 4. We're throwing you a birthday party, Manolis.
All right.
Woohoo, yeah. What is the theme?
Dude, you're not dead yet?
Really?
Yeah.
That's what we're going with?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't believe that you're not dead yet.
Yeah, you're still. If I meet people I haven't seen for a long time, they'd be like, "It's like, oh man,
wow, I never saw Manolis living this long."
I didn't. Yeah. Or it's like, oh, you still do comedy?
Yeah.
I was like, that's what's great about Canadian comedy. Like I've done it for 20 years, and what got me is like people I haven't seen. Like, you still do comedy? It's like, what have you been doing? I see people like, what have you been doing? Like, I got a radio show. I do a radio show. It's like, what, where, what? Like, getting people to hold information is almost impossible now.
It really is. Yeah. There are people listening right now who are saying to themselves, no, that can't be the Manolis we know.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's, it's like, trust me, it is the Manolis you know. Yeah. If you're listening and you know a Manolis, that's the guy right now.
I'm the only Manolis you know. Maybe that's a theme.
Maybe. We'll put that on a T-shirt. Patrick Coppolino, it's your birthday. What's the theme going to be?
Well, we were discussing this before the show. My birthday's in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. And, there you go.
My theme was probably just I'm going to have like my birth certificate and my ID on the walls. Nobody believes I'm turning 30.
Nobody believes. Everybody thinks you're older.
Yeah,
because you're an old soul. I said you're an old soul, man.
Yeah, but I'm also an old skin, apparently.
true, too. It's a dead giveaway. And so the theme is going to be, yes, I'm 30,
Yeah.
damn it.
Did I ever tell you what Manolis said? When I started losing my hair when I was like 19.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, Manolis, I'm not even 20 yet. And my hair's already thinning. And he's like, dude, who cares? You're missing the bigger picture. And I said, what? And he goes, you're dying, dude.
You see? Manolo, it's that wisdom.
Yeah, that's the bigger picture.
Yeah,
Who cares about your hair?
Yeah.
That's your body telling you that you're dying.
That's right.
No one gets older and grows more hair on the top of their head.
No.
Like, I'm like, I grew to become a younger man. No, you're dying.
No.
It's over. Just accept it.
There will be other parts of your body that grow hair when you get older. Hair grows out your ears and out your nose really fast and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that happens when you get older.
Shaving your nose, like this, that thing you
Trimming
put in your,
the-
and you're
Oh,
like, yeah.
That's
Like,
not good.
yeah, I could
not
go
a
with
good
that.
Speaking of trimming nose hairs, Krista.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means. Krista McNaughton, our special guest in the studio for Friday at 4:20. It's your birthday, Krista. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What's the theme of your party?
Oh, it's probably a petting zoo.
A petting zoo?
I don't want people there.
Oh, really? Just
No.
you're an animal lover.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, also, I don't like how people judge how much I drink.
The way that Manolis's eyes lit up when you said petting zoo, I don't think he knows
Yeah.
what that means.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. He doesn't know there's animals involved.
Yeah.
Is everybody's petting everybody? Nice. What is your favorite animal?
Oh, I guess I really like ducks.
Ducks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my grandma used to have ducks when I was growing up,
kinda
and they
cool.
were super friendly.
Yeah.
I liked them.
Because Canada, well, I guess they're
Ooh,
geese, right?
those are different.
Canada geese are really nasty.
They are psychopaths.
And would you be a dog or a cat person?
a dog.
Dog
person,
person. Next,
yeah.
do you have one?
I do.
What do you have?
He's a mix. He's a rescue.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice, excellent. Rescue the dogs. I like that.
Totally.
We have a rescue at home too.
Oh.
So, what mix is he?
He might be like a whippet, beagle mix or something.
Whippets are cool.
Yeah.
He's super fast.
He has a bum leg, so he's very lazy, which is perfect
like
for
me.
my lifestyle. Yeah, exactly. I love it. I'm lazy
A
too.
whippet with a bum leg. Oh, that sounds like an awesome dog. It is your turn, Patrick Coppolino, to get up in Plinko on this Friday at 4:20. Krista McNaughton, our guest in the studio. Manolis is here. Yes, that Manolis. Patrick Coppolino. Number what? 6. Number 6. Here we go. Topic number. We did 6. Wow.
11.
11, because every number has an adjacent number.
Yeah.
There we
See,
go.
and it's my birthday. 6.
Oh.
November 6th. 11/6. I'm gonna die this year.
Wow. We may have to just stop the show right now. This is creepy. Which do you think is harder, being a singer or being a comedian? Have you ever been a singer?
On
Can
karaoke
you
nights.
sing? Can you sing?
No, I
No?
think I
Okay.
can, but I
Oh,
can't.
you like to sing,
Yeah.
but you don't believe you have the talent. What do you think would be harder, to be a singer up on stage leading a band, or to be a comedian on your own?
I
on
feel
stage?
like if you're a good singer, that would be easier than
Okay.
being a comedian. If you can sing, then you can like.
But if you're a really good comedian,
I know, but I don't know. I think you could like learn a song and sing it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think coming up with material and working on it and growing it, and that struggle to me anyway seems harder. But I don't know. I'm
Right.
not a musician.
songwriter would be right. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
writing your own songs, I mean that's the same kind of world that you guys live in, trying to create material.
But I don't
mean,
know. I listen to the radio. I've never really paid attention to the lyrics. I've always paid attention to music
Oh,
when I
okay.
listen to songs. But lately, I've started to try to pay attention to lyrics, and there's a lot of bad songs.
there's a lot of bad
that
lyrics.
don't make any sense.
Oh,
and
yeah.
but they're huge songs. So I don't know.
or terribly simplistic poetry. Like I always
Yeah.
used to say that there's a couple of different artists. I used to Shania Twain. She writes like she's doing a grade 4 poem. in
Yeah.
her song. It's like,
just trying to rhyme words with
really?
anything.
I
So
could,
true.
yeah, it really is. I mean, and they're popular songs and they got a great beat and stuff. But if you're looking deep for the lyrics, it's
Yeah.
like no.
She doesn't impress me much.
Hey! Oh, thank you, Manolis. That was well played. Manolis, what do you think's
Dustin
harder?
feels like a
Being what's more difficult, being a singer or a comedian?
Comedian.
Yeah?
Yeah, way.
Absolutely.
Well,
He's also not a singer, so it's
If I could
unfair. There's no singer
let's
in here.
Pretend I could sing.
You a singer, Krista?
No.
No, okay.
If I could sing, I would still say comedian's harder. Like Patrick says, when you come up with material, you got to put it out there. Like if I come up with say like 5 jokes, if one of them are really good, and you're like, I get to keep this.
Right.
Where like songs, they could be horrible, and you just record them and you put them out, and it's a gamble, and we'll just hope it's a hit.
But when you're a comedian, and here's the part, so it's so much easier as a comedian. If there is somebody who comes up after the show and wants to sleep with you, that's one person. If you're a singer in a popular band, you got to pick, man. There's like a lot of people who want to sleep with you.
No, you sleep with all of them.
Okay.
What are you new? If I become famous,
No, we don't even want to go there. Manolis, I told you, stop.
all right.
Don't take us down the fame road because it gets ugly. Krista, I'm going to switch it up a little bit for you.
Okay.
Because you are both a comedian and an actress.
Oh.
So what's more difficult, being a comedian or being an actress?
I would say being a comedian is more difficult because, you're putting up your own material.
Right.
So if I do a play or a movie and it's someone else's words,
right.
And like you can't, I guess people can like debate my skill.
Right.
But they're not going to be like
at emoting and all those kinds of things. But still, you're going to give it your all.
Yeah.
But when you are on stage, there's a vulnerability there for comedians that I don't know if it exists in anything.
Right.
Else,
it's more
right?
and it's more personal. It's like if they don't like me, is it my material? Is
Right.
it or is it just my
Right.
personality or what is it?
Or that Manolis is standing at stage left.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Totally. but the industries are both difficult. I would say.
Speaking of your acting, let us just give a couple of quick shout-outs here. These are things you can look for with Krista McNaughton. You did a short film in Hamilton called Sunbreak.
Yes, I did.
And where will that be debuting?
It'll be debuting at the Hamilton Film Festival
Excellent.
on November 10th.
That's very cool.
At the Playhouse.
And you also were in a locally shot feature film, Things I Do for Money.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
that's debuting at the Whistler Film Festival.
Yeah,
right?
later this year.
That's very cool. Well, good for you.
Thank you very much.
That's some very exciting stuff. It is time to Plinko, and it is Krista's turn to get up and give us another topic on Friday at 4:20 on Funny 820 with Krista McNaughton, Manolis Zontanos, Patrick Coppolino.
Do we got 4?
Sure, we got a 4. Why wouldn't we have a 4, dude?
I don't know, man.
Oh, we used 4. You're right.
How about 10?
10. We always have a 10 because it's the backup for 4. People are like, how does that numbering system work? Trust me, it works. Here's a stand-up comedy question. Oh, yay. We're all stand-up comedians in here except me. Krista, when you're eyeballing an audience, so, prior to going on, you're kind of looking around.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to figure out about them? What are you looking for? Is there something you're kind of going, is it an age? Is it a look? Is it a disheveled appearance? What are you looking for in the audience that's going to make you sort of decide how to best handle them?
I guess it is, if I'm not taking bullet, if I'm not going first, it's just judging how they're reacting at all the other comics and their jokes.
Okay, cool. So if there's some good laughter, some jovial laughter on a regular basis, you're thinking, this is a good crowd.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, good.
Well, it depends on what material they're laughing at. If they're like a dirtier crowd, or if they're a little more conservative, I don't know.
Would that affect you?
You know what?
Would you make an adjustment or?
That's what I'm trying to do. That's where I am at in my process.
Okay.
I think I'm at the stage where I have a little more material now, so I have stuff in my back pocket. But when you're first starting it, you're like, I have 5 minutes. They're going to like it or not.
It's just my solid 5.
Pretty much.
When it comes to that, what would be the stuff in your back pocket? Is that the more conservative stuff or is it dirtier stuff?
I would say probably the dirtier stuff.
Okay, so you wouldn't necessarily lead with that, but
No.
if you feel like you might need to spice it
so.
up a bit.
Yeah.
Manolis? It's all he's got is dirtier stuff, so there's no point in asking him that question. Eyeball in the crowd, Manolis. You work the crowd wonderfully. You do a great job of working the crowd, and I know that's one of the things you've really worked on over the years of being a stand-up comic. You do a great job interacting with them and getting them to be part of the show. What is it you're looking for before you go on that you think is going to help you with that?
Well, I look at the crowd. Sometimes if I feel like it's an older crowd, which is ridiculous, because the sad part is it's like they're my age. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, these people are old. Wait, I never say at the show, I'm like, wait, I'm old. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I think like, oh, these people don't want to hear about my penis for 30 minutes.
Right.
And
right.
Because
now you could say that literally every night, but anyway,
these older audiences where I'm always wrong is what's hilarious to me is they do.
Oh, okay.
They do want to hear about my penis.
Then it starts to work.
It
doesn't matter.
The older audiences, in a weird way, like I like young audiences. They're like hot and ready to go, but the older audiences, they're like they were around when there was no internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they did a lot more crazier stuff than people forget.
Well, the weird part is with I think an older audience is the older audience. It's not that they haven't, they've been exposed to all kinds of dirty humor and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talked about it, right? It was all like just behind the scenes. Now it's been flushed out. You're not supposed to see that in public.
They've gone way farther than what our brains are thinking.
Right.
So they're good. They're good.
Patrick Coppolino, you as well do a great job working with the crowd, and you've had lots of experience doing that. What are you looking for when you're looking at a crowd?
Well, I'm kind of like what Manolis said. That I've stopped making assumptions.
Okay.
Yeah, because for that reason, you saw like you emceed the Hamilton portion of the Legion tour that
That's
we
right,
did.
yeah.
And the whole tour was like that. Mostly, there's a lot of gray hairs in the audience and stuff.
I will tell you that when I looked out over the crowd, and it was not a stand-up comedy crowd. A lot of them were there just because this is the event the Legion is throwing tonight, and I thought, oh my God, this is going to be a terrible. I thought this was going to be a terrible night. You guys all killed it, but what you're saying is you didn't change things to try to fit them. You just got up and did what you know how to do.
Yeah, but that's like that's why we send Manolis out first.
Right, yes.
To test the waters.
Yes, and he talks about his penis for 30 minutes. Anything's going to be good after that.
It's going good. My favorite part of that night was you were kind of giving them like a little brief backstory about who you are.
Right,
and
right.
then when you did the sample of you doing traffic.
Oh, right, yes.
The amount of people that all looked at each other was like, that's him. like you were like George Clooney to them. It was awesome.
You know what? And it's such a weird thing, right? Because I've been doing I did traffic on the radio in this town for 20 years. So everybody's heard me do traffic. They just don't know. They don't know what I look like. It's just that voice.
But when you did
and
it,
that
they were like,
patter,
oh my God, that's
I've used
him.
that before. It always works great. Usually, I forgot to do it that night. But
You got an applause break for
I
that.
know. I usually tell the audience to close their eyes. And then I go, close your eyes. Okay, here we go. And then I do a traffic patter. And then for people are like, what? That's that guy?
Can you do it right now? Give him a sample.
Put me on the spot, eh? Hamilton and Burlington City streets are moving fine. No problems on the QEW. Eastbound, a little heavy as you move on to the Gardner in Toronto. The all-day traffic watch continues. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. 20 years. Used to do that in my sleep. Yeah. All right, we're not...
Wait, could you just make it up and no one would even know? Like, could you just make up traffic?
For 20 years, I was making it up. You got to remember, for the first 12, 13 years that I did traffic, there was no information. There was no internet, right? So when I was doing traffic 20 years ago, I was just saying stuff and then waiting for people to call and go, you're wrong, dude. It's all backed up. And then I'd go, oh, thanks. And then I'd go on the next one and say it's backed up.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, we just made it up, man. We called it Sizzle. It was Sizzle. Made everybody think we were in tune with what was going on. Whose turn is it to Plinko?
I don't know.
I just went.
Oh, that's right.
nice.
Krista just went. Thank you, Krista,
You're
for keeping us on track. Without
You're
you,
welcome.
we'd be lost.
You're like WKRP, the fake helicopter.
That's right. Then Les Nessman with the helicopter. Yes, exactly. What number, buddy?
Number 3.
Did you? I thought you just gave me the finger. What was that? I wasn't sure what that was. All right, here we go. Topic number 3 from Manolis Zontanos. Why do some people not like you?
I don't.
What I'm looking for here is something that you've come to understand, and I'm going to ask all three of you. So
I'm more surprised if they do.
Yeah, well, I know.
But okay.
what, like, is there something that you kind of go, if there's people not going to like me, it's usually because.
I don't know. Do you have an answer for me or something? You're laughing. I think jerks don't like me because I'll tend to let them know. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for not like me, I don't know if it's like probably I've hit on you. Maybe that's it. That is, or,
as you said earlier in the show, whether it's a man or a woman.
or the dad. There's a dad that hates me because I hit on their daughter.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
It's
Don't
usually
you bring
something-
up my hot daughters again.
Why did you brought it up? You called them hot. I just agree.
You called them hot last time. That's why
I
said
did. But look at you. Like you're not ugly, but I don't look at you and then look at that and go, it doesn't make sense.
That didn't compute to you. I realized that.
That's why it's not me being like, oh, I want to.
Yeah, no.
It's like, it makes no sense. Does it make sense to you?
No, not at all. I don't understand it. They were beautiful.
Everything
and
I've said
I
up to
am
this
not.
point explains what people don't like about me. Right there.
That right there in a nutshell. Patrick Coppolino, why would it be that some people don't like you?
Because I don't book them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
No, when I didn't realize, because I'm like naturally an introverted person. So
That's right.
I'm not like. There was a lot of times, especially early on in comedy, I started to find out, like, comics would tell me after a few years of getting to know them, they're like, man, I used to think you were an asshole when I met you.
Right.
And I'm like, why? They're like, because you would just sit there by yourself. You wouldn't talk to anyone. And, like,
You also have
like
a
this resting
bitch face.
Yeah.
You do. You kind of look like you're you're the surly guy in the
Yeah.
corner, and it's like
I
you're
could be
not.
having a blast. I'm like, this is the best night of my life.
That's
But,
it.
yeah, so
really
I found
it is
out.
an impression from far off,
Oh, yeah.
usually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once they get to know you,
I'm sure there's things people don't like.
I'm sure there's other things,
Yeah.
absolutely. But but it is kind of interesting because I know that like there's a sense to me when I talk to you, and we've known each other for a fairly long time now.
Yeah.
But in the early going, I always kind of thought you were angry at me, and it was like, and he wasn't angry at me, but it's just that vibe, right?
Yeah. I
It's
give
weird,
that off,
man.
apparently.
Or maybe you were angry. I don't know. Krista, not that anybody wouldn't love you. But if it was possible, what might be the reason?
Oh, this is like one of my biggest fears. Whenever I meet someone, I'm just like, please like me, please like me. I would say maybe I talk too much.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
talkative.
And
You're chatty Cathy.
yeah, but I know that.
Okay.
And when like but whatever reason you're nervous and you just keep talking
Right.
and talking and you're like, I
Right.
should shut up now, but I'm not. This is
Right.
weird.
Yeah. Well, because when you're nervous, that's what you do, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a natural reaction. The other thing is, if you're aware of it, then you might not even be talking too much, but you might think you're talking too much.
Yeah.
Because you're always trying to figure it out, right?
Sure, my brain is definitely my worst enemy.
That's right. Krista, we love you. And you don't
Thank
talk too
you.
much for us. If anything, Manolis talks too much.
Absolutely.
All right. Whose turn? What? Fingers are pointing. Whose turn is it to Plinko? It's Friday at 4:20. And we are so glad you are with us for this edition with Krista McNaughton, our very special guest in studio.
7.
Number 7 for resting bitch face over there. Here we go. Well, you know what? I think I just answered the question for Patrick. What's the title of your autobiography?
Resting bitch face. Oh, that's a good question.
It's a good question. I know.
That's
it's a
a
good
thinker,
question.
though.
It is a little bit of a thinker. We'll give everyone a minute. Just think about, you've encapsulated your life. You've thought about, you've written the story, your journey. You're laying that out there for the world to see. What's a couple of words that sort of, something you live by, something that would encapsulate that?
Nothing matters after all.
Nothing matters after all. Lovely. See, that's good. Because that would inspire me to go, what the hell is he saying here? Manolis, you got an answer for this very difficult question?
I'm thinking of two. One of them is Where Dreams Go to Fight.
Right, yes, because you love that line.
I love that one.
That's Hamilton, Where Dreams Go to Fight. This is a great one.
And I don't know if I can say the last word. Love is wanting to stay after you.
I know what you mean, buddy. I do know what you mean, yes. After you go. That's good. Those are both they're solid.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought, either one of you ever thought about writing an autobiography?
Have
you thought about laying it out there?
I think my life would be a funny movie, but yeah, or a book maybe, but I can't spell, so.
Oh, right.
So I would have to
Spell check nightmare.
Someone will say someone will write something about me when I'm gone.
Well, one day you could just speak it into, right? I mean, you could speak it into a tape recorder and then hire someone to type it out. Yeah. And you could tell all your, you got some great funny stories.
I don't understand ghostwriters. How do they get ghosts to write books?
It's crazy, right? How does that happen? Back over to Krista McNaughton. Krista, it's your autobiography. It's telling your life story, which you've got so much life left to live, so much more story to tell. What's the title of the book?
It would probably be How I Solved All My Problems with Pizza.
Oh, nice. Good shout out for the Pizza Club, too, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, is pizza, is that your go-to?
Yeah. I'm a stress eater.
Oh, okay. The only time she stops talking.
That's true.
It's when her mouth's full of pizza.
Love pizza.
Oh, who doesn't?
Right.
What's our toppings? Are we going to order one right now? What are we getting? What do you
Pineapple.
Pineapple? Not me too.
Hawaiian pizza was invented in Chatham.
Yes, it was, and you're from Chatham.
That's right.
Crazy, isn't it? Did you know that, Manolis?
No.
Hawaiian pizza was invented by a pizzeria in Chatham. It was the first guy to put pineapple on a pizza.
I saw a pizza dude in Texas. After he comes out of the oven, he gets a blowtorch and does the whole top of the pizza.
Oh, and like bakes the mozzarella, gives it that brown crusty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I was like, why is this pizza so good?
Oh, yeah, that would be.
I'm like, this guy's a genius.
That's cool. Yeah. I would like
Somebody
to.
should be doing that here, man.
Somebody should be. That's a good idea. Patrick, what are you putting on our pizza?
Well, this is kind of crazy, but pepperoni.
What?
Whoa.
He's out of control. He's always, you never know because he's so quiet and introverted, but man, when he comes out with something, he is out of control. Whose turn is it to plank out, damn it?
I don't know.
Krista's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're back to Krista
Sweet.
already? Wow. Okay. We don't have much more time, so hurry up and plank.
The box is like square, but the pizza's round. It just always trips me out when I think about that.
Well, you know what trips me out, man? I don't care about the round pizza in the square box. That doesn't bother me at all. What I care about is the fact that the medium pizza now comes in the small box. All right? They shrink. They keep shrinking, right? I mean, there was a time in my life, there's no way I could eat a medium pizza, and I used to eat more than I do now. And now I can eat a medium every time. And it's because they just keep shrinking the damn thing. So where does that go?
Yeah, there's all this extra pizza. It's
extra pizza? No, there's not enough pizza.
I know, but they're stealing it from you.
They are.
They're making all these little pizzas
right.
with the pizza that you should be getting.
So you're thinking they still make the old size medium, but now they just trim it down to,
and then they eat it.
and then they eat it themselves.
Getting just a crust pizza.
What number did we get when we number 8? Here we go. Number 8 this Friday at 4:20. What scared you most as a kid?
Okay, so I had a bunch of porcelain dolls and like really creepy dolls, and they were in my bedroom.
Oh, wow.
And I could not sleep at night.
That is not cool.
And yeah, it was awful. It was terrifying. And then once I moved the dolls, I could sleep, and I didn't really.
You didn't put it together?
No, I didn't.
The creepy porcelain
but they
dolls
were watching
staring
me.
at you.
Yeah.
Well, they do, right? They get those frozen eyes, and wherever you're looking at them, they look like they're staring at you.
Yeah, they were awful.
Creepy porcelain dolls.
Yes.
Did you ask for them, or were they?
They were just given to me.
Yeah, forced to have the porcelain dolls watch over you forever.
That's true.
That is creepy. Manolis, what scared you as a kid?
I can't say that one actually. Forget that one. That's too heavy for the radio.
We already know it was just horrible. I don't even know what it was, but if he's self-editing, it was terrible, folks.
It's too much. It's just too. No, I don't think it's a big deal, but it's too much.
Okay. Now you got to tell us.
You want?
All right. You
my
know
neighbor.
what? 34 minutes into the show. I'm just marking my edit spot here. Go ahead.
When I was a kid, I used to cut this dude's grass, and he tried to have sex with me.
Wow.
Well, he tried. He tried to talk to me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
you used to do a bit in your comedy sketches where
I do talk about it on stage.
But also about the van. I always loved the van bit. It's like that dude has candy in his van.
Yeah.
Let's go take it from him.
Yeah, it's like I was in a poor neighborhood. Like it's like It's like there's a guy with candy in his van. Like, stay away from the guy that's gonna try for candy. I'm like, no, we're gonna get his candy and probably beat him up.
That's it.
So yeah,
Was that inspired by your neighbor?
yeah, inspired by my jerk neighbor.
But you were, as a child, you were like me. It was pretty scary.
It was scary in the way where like it was funny to me talking about it. I looked back. I was like, when he showed me a porn. Like he asked me if I want to see a dirty movie, and I say sure, which was a stupid thing to say, but I didn't understand
Well,
what
you're a
it.
kid.
I was a kid. I didn't even know what a dirty movie was.
Right.
He puts in actual porn, and I remember that moment like, oh my god,
something's bad.
I'm like, I'm going to die today.
Yeah.
That's all I thought. I'm like, today's the day. This is how I die.
This is it.
I'm like, because I knew there was like, there's no way you should be showing me this, man. That's all I thought, and I'm like, I talked my way out of his house, and the weird part is I cut his grass for another 2 years after that.
For free.
Yeah. It's like, you want a drink? I'm like, no.
No.
You like the attention.
Oh, that's beautiful. You know what? That's very good. That's a very. What scared you as a kid, Patrick Coppolino?
I don't know what I saw at what age, but I was always afraid of home invasions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I remember watching the John Benet Ramsey thing when I was a kid.
That was such a
and I'm
big
like,
news story everywhere,
yeah,
right?
I'm like, my
And
parents
somebody
are gonna
came into her
find
house
me in
and
the
snatched her.
Or they killed her in the house.
Yeah.
The parents found her in a basement.
Yeah, they think it was the brother, actually.
Oh.
And the parents covered for it. Yeah.
Oh, so she wasn't snatched. She was killed in her house.
In
Yeah.
the house,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I always, I'm
Oh,
like,
it's
someone's in my
freaky.
basement, and my parents are gonna find me hanging off something.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, I always had this. Yeah, I don't know.
That is scary, man.
The idea of just people breaking into your house.
Were any of you guys like were generally not scared as kids, and this was the one thing, or were you generally scared of everything?
I didn't have like fears or phobias. or
Okay, so you're
anything,
cool. Manolis, were you scared of everything, or you were scared of nothing except the neighbor?
I was also scared of ghosts and stuff like that. I believed in like there's like normal stuff. Like I was scared of the dark a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Krista?
I was scared of adults that weren't my parents.
Wow.
I was a very shy kid.
Like Manolis' neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have creeped you right out.
Totally.
It's funny. My oldest daughter, was afraid of everything, anything she saw. Same thing. I mean, she at one point thought the Chinese were going to come and abduct her. She had a go bag under her bed. She was 8 years old and had a go bag. Well, she'd seen a thing about communist China, and it's like, so she would take any event and then warp it way out of control, right? Wow. So at one point, we did a fire drill. They said, take your kids home and do a fire drill and show them how to get out of the house. So we did the fire drill with her. And then she was like freaked out that our house was going to catch on fire. So we got to the point where I had to lie to her and go, honey, it's not really for our house because our house is fireproof. It literally, we built it out of material that can't catch fire. That was the only way I could get her to sleep.
Tries to set them on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Eh? Oh, she still talks about it. She's just like, you lied to me. I go, it's the only way I could get you to go to sleep. We told her there's no such thing as tornadoes in Hamilton. It was like, anyway.
Safest place in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we just had to do what we had to do, man. And she still
No
blames
such
us,
thing
yes.
as Chinese people.
There's no Chinese people. Oh, you know what? My poor kid. And she had me as a father. Luckily, she turned out hot, according to Manolis. All right, everybody. It is awesome that you are all here today for another Friday at 420. We appreciate it. Krista, any big gigs coming up? You got any comedy gigs coming up? You got some cool acting gigs coming up?
I have a pretty cool comedy gig. I'm hosting Women of Comedy at Levity on November 21st.
What? That sounds like the best night for Manolis to go. The Women of Comedy, Manolis.
I'm wearing a dress. I'm on the show.
He's on the show. Krista, how do we follow you on social media?
Instagram, Krista.McNaughton.
Krista.McNaughton on Instagram. That's where she'll be posting her Women of Comedy show coming up at Levity. You can find out more there. Manolis, what do you got?
I put up Bootleg's comedy tape of Sam Kinison from years ago. It's on my. I put it on YouTube because I saw no one ever put it up.
Right.
So it's unreleased material from Sam Kinison, and just type in Bootleg Sam Kinison tape on YouTube.
Nice.
Listen to it. It's a good set.
Sam was so good, man, and so unlike any other comedian that's come before or since, right?
Yeah, it's recorded at the Comedy Store, and Mitzi Shore is listening to the set.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Patrick, plug the Levity Comedy Club for me.
Yes. Well, first I'd like to plug. I put a bootleg Manolis Zontanos Girl Penis album on YouTube. You can find it.
You can find it there on the YouTube.
But yes, levitycomedyclub.com has all our shows. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, like a lot of like off night stuff too.
Oh, excellent! So not just
like the Women of Comedy. We've got Tinder Tales. We've got
all kinds of things
stuff,
happening at Levity, and it's a great time, right? Because we get into the winter season, and there's not much. Get out to Levity Comedy Club.
Book your
downtown
Christmas
Hamilton.
party.
Book your Christmas party at levitycomedyclub.com. You can do all that, and you can follow Patrick at Levity Comedy Club. Thank you all very much for another Friday at 4:20. Until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days, have an awesome weekend!
Woo!